Yo, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm excited to go ahead and talk to you guys about how I got an IT internship with a Big Four consulting firm. Now in this video, I'm pretty much going to go over the entire thing. I'm going to go ahead and talk about the interview process and how that was like, how my experience was and what I learned throughout the entire IT internship. And then also some advice for you guys if you're looking to get an IT internship with a Big Four consulting firm. Before we go ahead and get into the video though, real quick, go ahead and drop a like for the YouTube algorithm. And also, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and join the family. I'd love to have you guys here follow my career journey and my life in general. So go ahead and subscribe. But with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and get right into the video. All right, start off the video. Let me go ahead and introduce myself to you guys. My name is Ben Trung. I'm currently a junior at George Mason University, majoring in management information systems. Those of you who don't know what management information systems is, it's pretty much a mix of IT and business. And that's pretty much my two interests, my passions. So that major was perfect for me. So with that being said, what internship did I actually get and what was it called? So I was called a global technology services intern with this Big Four consulting firm. It lasted, the internship was about 10 weeks, 3 months or so. And it went throughout the entire summer. The internship was a virtual internship. Originally, it was supposed to be in Chicago, so it was a huge bummer that I wasn't able to make it out there just because of COVID and the restrictions that go along with that. But I believe I was able to make the most out of my experience virtually. So this entire internship opportunity started when I actually applied for the internship back in November. So once I applied to a bunch of different internships, I'd say about 50 plus, I only got about 3 to 5 responses back. So by no means am I getting a ton of interview opportunities. As some of you guys know, a lot of these internships are extremely competitive. And I'd say about the 50 that I applied for, only a couple reached back to me to set up an interview. So I was kind of bummed out that a bunch of the companies that I applied for never got back to me or told me that they were going to pursue other candidates. But I was excited to find out that this Big Four consulting firm reached back to me and wanted to go ahead and set up an interview with me. So the first interview was just with a recruiter, and we just talked about a little bit about me and what the expectations were with the internship. And later on, we also set up a virtual internship where the questions were asked, and then all I had to do was record my answer, and I could take as many takes as I wanted. Once they went ahead and reviewed all my answers and liked what I said, we went ahead and scheduled another interview with one of the directors, one of the leaders within that Big Four consulting firm. And that was more of a legitimate interview, but it was also very casual as well. They were really friendly, and I didn't feel kind of nervous or anything like that at all. It felt completely natural. So, and then towards the end of the year, probably around the December time frame, I found out that I got the internship. So that was really nice. So once we actually started the internship, there was a bunch of onboarding stuff, how to clock in, how to clock out, a lot of presentations about the company culture and things like that. And then we actually met up with the department that we'd be working with, the business unit that we'd be working with. I think there was about 2 other interns that worked in the same business unit as I was. I was working with the patch management team, where it was pretty much my job to make sure that all the systems within this company had the latest patches on all the systems. So pretty much what I did on a daily basis was to run SQL queries and use BigFix in order to gather all the data within these databases to ensure that all the systems within that company had the latest patches. And in turn, I had to gather this information to put it inside of a PowerPoint and use graphs and things like that to present it to leaders that would make decisions based on my information that I provide. Now, I wasn't expected to know all of these things right from the get-go. I had someone who was helping me along the way throughout the entire internship, so that was really nice. And things that I learned throughout that internship, I still use to this day, especially when it comes to Excel. I'm still using those in my classes over at George Mason University. So internship experiences are a huge plus, and you learn a lot, especially when it comes to soft skills, learning how to collaborate, learning how to communicate with others. But on top of that, the technical skills that you'll learn throughout the entire internship. Now let's go ahead and talk about a couple things that you have probably clicked on this video for. how did I get these internships, and what do I think played a factor in me getting an interview? So as I said before, I'm an information systems major, and I was applying for a technology internship, an IT internship. So obviously those two things match up. Now on top of that, I do have some work experience that I made sure to include within my resume when I was applying to this position. I have worked at Apple for about 2 years now, so that's a lot of technical experience that I can put on my resume and display to potential employers. I think that played a key role in me being able to secure an interview. And then on top of that, I do have a Google IT certification. The one thing that I would say that's helped me out was because of the fact that it shows I'm willing to learn and willing to take initiative in my own education, and to learn more about IT. I think a huge part of getting internships is to show the potential employers that you're taking time out of your own day to get better, to make yourself more marketable, and to take initiative of your own education. So that's all I have for you guys today, but let me go ahead and leave you guys with one more thing. So let's say you go ahead and do everything right. You know, you have a good GPA, you're doing really well in school. Let's say you have a lot of technical knowledge, and you pretty much stacked certifications. So let's say you're pretty much stacked, but you still somehow do not get any opportunities to interview, or you don't get accepted to an internship. And I know people who go through these things. I'm not going to lie. This is a real thing that a lot of people go through, so you're definitely not alone. But when it comes to this, my 2 cents is, out of my experience for internships so far and job interviews, I think having soft skills is highly slept on. And what I mean by soft skills is being able to carry a conversation with a complete stranger, being able to connect with someone on a deeper level, being able to read the room and understand where people are at, and act in a certain way in order to fit those needs. So I think those are some skills that I think are invaluable when it comes to today's job market. You know, people can have all of the hard skills you want, but if you don't have soft skills in order to market yourself, in order to become a good teammate with others and those around you, I think there's no point of having those hard skills anyway. You know, having soft skills and hard skills are just as important as each other. Now, depending on, which position you're applying for, but for the most part, soft skills are a tremendous help when it comes to these interviews and getting opportunities. All right, that is pretty much it for this video. That's all I have for you today. Hopefully you gained a lot of value throughout this entire video. If you did, go ahead and drop me a like for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe to the channel. I wish you all the best with your internship endeavors. Let me know how that goes in the comment section below. But with that being said, guys, that is all. I'm out. Peace.